Hi again here live from CES 2019. I'm Sebastian Ang and I'm here with Kevin Henderson. And this might excite lots of you a lot because Kevin Henderson is the new head of US operations and the new spokesperson for Pimax.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I'm a big fan.
Okay, great.
I watch all your videos.
That's amazing. Kevin, I'm so sure that lots of people will be really happy to have an American face, a Western face, working for Pimax, and yeah, telling us, the Western audience, all about the headsets and give us the answers that we've been craving for.
We're here to solve problems. We're here to make all of our backers happy. And that is our focus.
Wow, okay. Directly from the start, you are here to make the backers happy.
That is our
And you
plan.
know what? We have quite a lot of questions here to ask, and I'm sure this is going to be a very, very exciting live interview for all the Pimax backers. Probably the Pimax forum is going to go crazy over this video, so you can say hello to the Pimax backers now.
Hello, on Reddit I post as Pimax USA along with the rest of my team. And so if anybody has questions there, we can answer them there as well. But I think we'll be able to cover a lot in this and maybe add a little bit more to what's been said.
Amazing. Kevin, could you, before we start with the interview,
Sure.
could you give us a short idea of your background? How did you get to Pimax and why are you the right person?
Well, I hope I can make a good impact. I worked for NASA for 14 years. I was an engineer and programmer.
From NASA?
Yes, and then at Johnson. And,
rocket science. So Pimax is rocket science after all.
I also have started many a business, and I worked at Westinghouse. I organized their tech program, and among other things, and just a lot of exciting things, and setting up systems to support people, to help them, to make sure that software is bug-free, the products are bug-free, make sure they have support and distribution. Make sure they're polished, make sure convention displays and things like this are well run and organized and efficient. Make sure everybody gets information and make sure the information is clear and consistent.
Okay,
and
basically perfect now for Pimax.
And hopefully there can be a good impact made on what people see and hear from us. And also, of course, setting up support service that's much more rapid than we've seen before.
Okay, I think that's important. I think that's really important. So, how will you be able to service the Pimax headsets? First of all, how will people in the US be able to buy them?
Well, first of all, right now our goal is to
the
backers.
Backers.
That's right, and pre-orders as well. They're coming in behind the backers, and they have to be taken care of. Anybody who is on the list.
Backers.
That is the key, and we're getting definitely moving down the road on that. So our production is higher today than at any time. Our shipping, which has been the big point of contention, also higher today. Just 2 days ago, we shipped 357 headsets in a day and a half, which is a big improvement.
Okay. Yeah.
We're doing copious testing on the devices that are going out, which was something that was an extra step that slowed things down.
Okay.
But now we announced this morning that we're implementing a complete service center here in the United States.
All right.
And the service center will ensure our backers and anyone who has a Pimax device gets very rapid service as fast as 1 day.
Okay, that's important.
And when new devices are ordered, we should be able to deliver very rapidly as well. So we're going to be eliminating this whole thing where there's weeks of tracking and shipping and all the things that you have. That is so much consternation for people. Clearly, if I were, and I am a backer as well, I've received my headset about a month ago. But the truth is, that's a place where we had to improve dramatically, and we know that. And so Pimax has helped work with me to develop this support center and a shipping center and a new knowledge-based system where we answer all questions and have a definitive answer with one place to look, not this whole have to scour the internet to find an answer. We want people to visit Seb here, for their answers too. But I think it's good to have a definitive place to go.
That's better.
And where the answers are there.
Okay, so I think this will give lots of people peace of mind, right? Because they're wondering now, before they were wondering, okay, I get my headset somewhere from China, what happens?
Sure.
What happens if it's broken? Do I have to send it back to China or what? So now they know, no worries, send it back to Kevin here.
Right.
And
our team will not only, we're going to be, when units come back, we're going to be testing them. We're going to track. We have a fault tracking system that we've implemented.
Yeah.
Where we statistically analyze all any faults that come in, so that can go back to the engineering team and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay, that's good.
And they were already doing that to some degree, and now we're expanding that concept.
Right.
So all of the information is flowing back to the right people, so that if it's a software thing, you take care of the Pi tool. If it's a firmware thing, we take care of that. If it's a physical thing, then that goes back to the engineering and assembly guys. So there's a whole system for it.
Amazing.
And
that's important.
And it's just important to get organized and become efficient. And and they're a growing company, and
right.
and they're a bunch of engineers. If you know them,
yeah, I know
they're super passionate about pushing the VR envelope, which is what attracted me to leave what I was doing, which to move into Pimax. It got me very excited, and I'm very passionate about VR, and it got me wanting to work with them. So
amazing.
That's how it happened.
Cool, perfect. So good to know. Good to know more about it, and great to know that you're going to have this American service center. But what about the European backers?
Yep, we.
Yeah, what about us, Europeans?
No, we're going to implement a similar system there.
Okay.
We plan on having points where the support and service happens much more rapidly than it does now.
Okay.
My area is North America, which is Mexico, Canada, and the US. But our plan is to implement the system in Europe. Okay. And we have other plans as well for support, depending on the location. So it's going to be regional. Okay.
Pelly just asked, is there going to be a UK service center?
That is our primary plan right now. Of course, those plans are subject to change, but that's the plan we're working right now as a service center. We're gonna build the center here in the U.S. and then we're going to duplicate it.
Okay.
We should be able to very rapidly duplicate it. All the software support. We already have personnel in the UK, so.
Nice. Okay.
We're gonna be improving that. It's gonna take a couple months to get it completely up and running.
Right. Sure.
It's not something that just springs out immediately.
Okay.
But by March and April we'll be completely operational in the U.S. and I believe April will be operational in Europe and the UK.
Okay. Nice. So we also have some questions now from the backers who have not received their.
That'd be my question.
Yeah, who have not received their headset yet, even though they are backer number 300 something.
Right.
And there has been some problems with the surveys. Could you address this? I mean, this is what's at the heart of the people right now, right?
Right. So first, there are backers where the information was improperly collected for the shipping information, and you run into kind of a loop when the shipper kicks back the information, and we have to, and they have to do research, and then they figure out, what's going on. In the future, it's going to be much easier because our point of shipment for mass numbers of units will actually be the United States. So this is all going to, be corrected within that framework. But for the people that already have theirs, where their devices are getting shipped from China, you got to keep in mind there is a massive number of units on transports, that are in between locations. I think right now there's like 650 units that are in the middle of transport. There's another, I think, 380 that are, that are that are in stage 1. So shipping now has increased. We're actually now exceeding 100 units a day, and our goal is to exceed that considerably as well. Now, when you have a shipment that has a problem, or where we had the information wrong, those will take longer to weed out.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is contact those people, and we have not. And honestly, from what I've seen, a good job has not happened.
Okay.
I mean, you have to be frank about it.
Sure. You have to improve on a lot of things.
I think the ball was dropped.
Yeah. But you're here to pick it up.
I am here to solve problems.
That's amazing. So,
And,
what would you say to people like backer number 343 who didn't receive the survey, or I don't know, he doesn't find it? Should he contact? Who should he contact? What to do?
The easiest thing to do, if you are an early backer, if you're backer 300 and something, you should have your device clearly.
Okay.
And obviously balls were dropped.
Yeah.
And that isn't good. So I would say email Pimax USA at pimaxvr.com.
Okay, that's Pimax USA at pimaxvr.com.
And I will personally check into your issue.
Wow, that is a word, man. That is a word. So Pimax USA at pimaxvr.com. If you are back at number 300 something and have not received your device yet, Kevin is going to take care of it personally.
Yeah, I'm here to help. And clearly, I mean, and some people have seen some of the things that I've posted on Reddit, for instance. We need to take responsibility for this product.
Yeah.
Take responsibility for the service.
Amazing, man. That's what people want to hear, man.
And you have to have that in any business.
Right.
Any business has to have people who are responsible for what happens.
Yeah.
And who are rightly criticized when it doesn't happen.
Okay, cool.
And I'm happy to be that.
You're the guy.
So
nice.
If we fail, especially in the U.S., Canada, and Mexico, that needs to be on my desk.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I think we've already answered quite the pressing questions.
Sure.
And now we're going to talk more about what you're showing here.
Right.
And I have something here in my hands.
We have quite the slate of things to show here.
Yeah, exactly. I've already showed it to the MRTV community,
yeah.
And I personally told them that I like it very much because I told them it feels good in the hand.
It does.
Right? It's like a if the Oculus Touch and the Valve Knuckles had a love child, it is here the Pimax controllers. So I think our audience actually knows all about it, right?
And I'll
know
tell
it.
You, this we're evolving this thing. This is a version that has all the it's not a plastic prototype. If you look at it carefully, I don't know if
I showed them
can
right.
see it easily,
yes.
but you can actually see where we have all the tracking sensors in there, and this is a full electronic version. It doesn't support all of the features yet that we would like.
Okay.
For instance, the cap sense functionality is going to get in there. It's not right this second. We're going to have that.
What about the menu button? Some people are asking, is it going to have a menu button?
It's going to have a menu button.
Okay, great.
It's going to have
a menu button.
have pretty much every function that I'm not going to specifically mention another device
company,
similar.
Knuckles controller.
You should know that we are working with them directly.
Okay.
They've been immensely helpful.
Oh, really? Amazing.
In fact, they're going to be here in a little bit. But yeah, they have stepped up. They've done a wonderful job. They're working with us, making sure there's support for everything. They're not on the sidelines.
Okay, nice.
NVIDIA, I would have to have a shout out to them.
Okay, cool.
NVIDIA is helping us as well, and they have a lot of things that they're contributing to this whole process that we'll announce later. But you'll be surprised how much Valve and NVIDIA have contributed.
Okay, cool.
And we're going to elaborate more on that as we move forward.
That's amazing. So when will they come out, and at what price point?
So we're going to, there'll be small amounts of production
for backers.
For backers.
Backers first.
In April. And then
in April. Oh, in April already, the first backers, and probably MRTV is going to receive some.
We'll make sure of that. But the backers are the most important thing. So we got to really think hard about who gets what and gets to show it and everything.
Backers first.
I really think, but I do think it has some value to show people what it does, how it works.
Of course. I'm a backer too,
and especially an expert, But it'll be a slow production in the first week or two.
Right.
We're talking about like 100 units type thing.
Yes. Okay.
And then we're going to ramp it up. And in May and June, you're going to see very large numbers. These are a much easier device to construct and test than a headset that has to be calibrated.
Right.
And we've got a lot more experience now. So we've got multiple full production lines operating. And so we're about to have the capacity to do these too. So yeah, we're going to be small numbers in April, more in May, more in June. I think it won't be long before everybody's covered that it has an order for one. And you know, I want to say responsibility. I haven't been with the company very long, but I want to say anybody who, you know, we would love to have had these things out long ago.
Yeah, of course. Of
you
course.
know, and so, you know, take responsibility for that.
Right.
And
so first the backers, but then later also the general public. Do you know the price point already?
We're not announcing that. I will just say that you can expect us to be more than competitive.
Okay, more than competitive sounds good.
Yeah. So we want to take a good market share, and one way to do that is to make sure they're priced competitively. And in order to do that, we're going to analyze what other people plan to sell for, and then we're going to be. You know, we want to compete for your business, and one way to do that is with the price.
Nice, I like it, of course. And then since this is a live interview, we just got some live questions, and the live question was, what the battery capacity? Do you know how long they run? Do you know these kind of details already?
I do, but
well, you can't tell.
The problem when you have a prototype, you might imagine that the battery isn't very great on a prototype.
All right.
And optimizing the battery usage is a big piece of the development process.
Right.
So, you know, there's more to it than just having a big battery.
Okay.
Because when the device is on, when it's off, when it's tracking, when it detects you set it down, and a whole lot of other things is a big part of the optimization. So you're going to see devices that have exactly the same size battery that have vastly different battery life when you use it.
Right.
So, I didn't want to just announce what we plan on the battery. I want to announce, when we do announce that, how much real use you get out of it.
The real thing.
Yeah. So, you know, we have a big battery and it can only use it an hour. That's kind of crazy, you know. But no, we want to be. We plan to be very, very competitive on the total amount of use that you get out of it per session, and also how fast you can charge it back up.
Great. Good to know. We just got a question from Stark's Beard. Hi, and Stark's Beard was asking, where is Pimax at the CES? Well, they are in the Las Vegas Convention Center, South Hall, booth number 2,100 something. You will find them, right? If you're looking for them.
21283, I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. So in April for the backers first,
right?
And later, people are wondering, can they mix and match the controllers if they want a thumb pad on the right and the thumb stick on the left? Is that
not
possible?
At the moment?
At the moment, no.
But you know, we've been adding things. People have been asking. For most, we added the brightness control. We're working on color and vibrance. We have the brain warp with the motion smoothing for lower end hardware. We've got the beta going now. We're announcing that. One of the first things we did was make it where people could change the FOV, which we didn't do at first, and then many other things. So we were very sensitive to what people asked for, and we really try if enough people ask for it.
Right.
You know.
Okay, so just ask for, did you want to mix and match your thumbstick and thumb pad? Because I think lots of people want...
I think it's a good idea.
Right. Lots of people want to have the thumbstick on the left and thumb pad on the right, so they have the best of both worlds, right? So probably that's something you can look into.
We're going to definitely take feedback from people and escalate that up and see if, you know, what things people really want to see. That's part of being competitive.
Yeah.
And being competitive is to find out what people want and get it to them.
Right.
You know.
Okay, very nice. Then you're also showing eye tracking. I haven't checked it yet. I'm going to look forward to it.
And there's more than one. There's actually a third party that's showing eye tracking for us.
Okay, so it's finished already.
It's finished.
It's totally finished.
No, I wish it was.
No.
It's in beta as well.
Okay.
We want to roll a lot of those features out to people, so that people can have it and test it.
Okay.
Of course, it's a backer reward as part of the, as part of the Kickstarter. Of course, we need some pretty. I don't want to just release it and it has nothing.
Right.
It's kind of pointless to release something. Oh yeah, you'll be able to use it someday, but you've got the gadget. I'd rather see tangible things. All of these things need tangible uses when we release them, so that people can immediately enjoy it. And you don't see that a lot. Some people are releasing devices that have almost nothing.
Right.
So for the eye tracking, we want to see things like menu selection via eye. We want to see things like foveated rendering. We want to see a lot of things, and those are all things that we are working on. And so, and getting that out to the public, we're going to start by doing some demonstrations, and maybe have some review where you could test it and look at it, and show people what it will do, and get some feedback on what you think it should do that it doesn't do.
Okay, got it. That makes sense. Why give something out and nobody can use it?
But you combine. But you combine. I mean, you look at the. I mean, we're talking about a revolution in frame rate and quality on a lot of these things. And look at what we have. You've got VRS on the 1080 Ti. You've got you've got DLSS capabilities that are coming out for VR and a lot of applications you can compile. We've got the brain warp capability, which increases the frame rate in low-end hardware.
What about the brain warp? We have the brain warp beta out now, right?
The beta for brain warp is out now. We're testing that.
Okay.
We're gonna begin some dissemination on that. On top of that, we have other things such as the foveated rendering. So you're going to have a combination of 5 or 6 technologies.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That help the quality of where you're looking and increase your frame rate. Lots going on.
Unbelievable.
I think these things are real things that benefit your average person. Heck, even if you have a 2080 Ti, you'll see benefits from these things.
Okay.
So, and NVIDIA is working on their drivers.
Right.
And they're improving things as well. They've got new releases coming out that help us. There's a lot going on, and I think you're going to really see and feel that.
Nice, amazing. So we just got another question from one of our viewers, Wookie, and he was asking about the wireless adapter.
Okay.
What is the priority about this one, and when do you think it's going to come out?
We are working on that, and we have some internal test versions of that.
Oh, you already have internal test versions. Nice. And how's it going?
It's going. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
And the challenge is it's such extra high. The resolution that we're running through the 2 eyes that in effect is a difficult thing, and it's a lot more challenging than, for instance, the Vive, which where your base resolution is lower and a lot less data to transmit.
Yeah, right.
So getting it where it runs well is the key. So
it will take some time.
Yeah, we're introducing some things that we think will impact that as well.
Okay.
For instance, one of the things we're introducing is some different frame rate selections in the Pi tool. You'll be able to choose lower frame rates for movie watching and things like that on the 8K and the 5K Plus and the BE. That will lower the strain on your video card as well.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that will help that. But I didn't mention this, but the newer versions of the Pi tool have a higher frame rate anyway.
Okay.
We've shaved off 10% of the pixels that are rendered, recently to increase the frame rate some. Things that you cannot see.
Okay, but would it affect the FOV or?
No, it's only pixels that you cannot see at all, no matter what you do.
Okay, perfect.
So there's a lot that goes into it.
Shaved off some overhead.
Yeah, they need to get that kind of stuff into the change logs.
Yeah, that's one big thing, man. The change logs are ridiculous right now.
I agree.
Like Pi tool, new version, new features, bugs fixed. Yeah, and I was trying to find the new things, and I spent hours wasted on that. You finished one.
But
it has to be that has to become much better.
Clearly, having information that we provide customers where they have more clarity, roadmaps on what features are coming into Pi tool, roadmaps on what features are coming into the firmware. Those kinds of things give people a lot better sense of what we're doing and what's going on. This whole thing where people don't know, what we're doing and what's going on, we've got to improve that.
You will, hopefully. I think it's a great step to have.
I think we've got a good handle on how we're going to improve that. And the service center in the US is a big star.
Wow, amazing. Kevin, I'm so glad that you're here for Pimax right now, and
I'm a big fan. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I will definitely.
I love your program.
I will definitely do that. And I think for our viewers, it's so nice to meet Kevin Henderson, the new spokesperson of Pimax and the head of US operations. So, dear friends, and here we love Kevin, says Matt. You already have your first fan here.
I got one.
So, my dear Pimax backers, please, why don't you post this video to the Pimax forum, because I'm sure they'll be so glad to meet you.
I hope we can help all of you. We really are excited about this, and we're definitely gonna come through for all the backers, and you're gonna be very surprised at what you see. I know it.
Wow, amazing. Kevin, thank you so much for the interview, and thanks for saying hello to all the world.
Nice to see you guys.
Bye bye. Yeah, there was Kevin Henderson. And he had to wait so long now for this interview. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this interview. If you like this interview with Kevin Henderson, please give it a thumbs up, dear 64 people who are watching this still live, because it does make a big change, and more people will find this channel, and more people will find MRTV, which, by the way, is very, very good. So, if you have not yet subscribed to MRTV, why don't you do it now? Because you're going to get so much more coverage, live coverage here from the CES 2019 in Las Vegas. Everything about VR and AR, I'm going to cover it for you. So, see you soon, and it was a pleasure to have you.